All right, and here we go. The Steffen and Eni matchup is going to be starting right now here in Winners Finals. Once again, we say it all the time, every time that this happens, the most classic just two guys matchup probably. Eni's been working on his Lucina quite a bit recently. So this could actually be a good opportunity for him to continue working on it. Alternatively, it could be a good opportunity for Steffen to take this home. I feel like we've seen Steffen versus a Sortie versus Lucina before, a good Lucina. Maybe it was a Crom, but I can't remember. All I do know is that although in SDI Season 1, Steffen had the upper hand on Eni for most of it, toward the end of the game, toward the end of the season, Eni was closing it together very, very, very well, to the point where SDI 6, I don't think had a chance. I think Eni just stomped him. So, but right now, both these players are pretty much even. We do know that Steffen does a lot of goofing off and playing around, not a lot of taking things seriously until it really, really comes down to it. But versus Eni, especially Eni switching to someone who's not PT, that might be something that Steffen wants to take seriously. But unfortunately, there's a couple weird moves there. I don't really know what he was hoping for. Maybe just a couple misinputs. But closing out that stock immediately after those, so he's not too far behind. Everything is working out pretty well for him right now, all things considered after an SD. Gonna get this bear to up air to, to down B. All right, I don't know if I've seen that from him in a while. Eni working on the juggle. Now this is going to be a best of 5 set, so if Eni does lose this one, he does have time to switch to PT if that's what he so chooses to do. I don't know if he's going to want to try to make a statement saying that he doesn't have to switch to PT if he loses this. Not really sure what he wants to do. But Steffen definitely has a lot of the momentum here. Eni trying to reset neutral or grab advantage, but waiting out that counter there and grabbing his little toeses. Oh man, and Steffen sitting here 59%. Lucina not looking too hot right now. Eni's Lucina is not looking like the spice I think that he was hoping to bring to this cookout. Whiffing that counter, mostly because Steffen whiffed his move. Getting over there with the quick attack, the classic Pikachu quick attack dash back, quick attack back, forward back, quick attack. You know the one. F tilt, hoping to get that DI in for the landing on shield, or for the landing aerial, which would either have gone on shield or got hit by that down B in that situation. But Eni held back and did not fall into that, unfortunately for Steffen. But good thing for Eni. Eni is actually not too far off from closing this stock, and there it goes. 37%, that's nothing. Steffen can definitely close that at the same time, though. Oh, I mean, Eni can definitely close that, but at the same time, that's a decent foothold for Steffen to be able to get going. Eni getting that tech, so no lock. F tilt on shield there. Steffen getting that grab on there. Trying to kill with another fair. Reading the roll in, but with the reverse up smash. Not getting it, but getting an up smash there. Covering lots of options for Eni's descent. But Eni was able to avoid them all, not covering nearly enough. And that up smash there. Easy, easy money. Steffen taking that. Once again, I'm wondering if Eni is going to try to stick with the Lucina. Try to make a statement that he doesn't need PT to beat Eni. Alright, and Eni is bringing out the PT. Decided not to play too much, and in chat says, you know what, it's time. PT's got to come out. PT's got to come out. Says Eni. I think Eni is kind of over his Wi-Fi blues that he experienced for a little while there. Kind of discrediting anything on Wi-Fi and ignoring any potential chance of growing as a player on Wi-Fi, the result of which was he decided that he was no longer going to play PT on Wi-Fi, only local. However, here we see the PT coming out, and we saw him come out earlier in this bracket. I think that this is just an attempt at kind of equalizing the world that Eni's living in here. But unfortunately, SD there, or you know, just playing too scared off stage, not able to get back. Hanging on the wall is Squirtle. Good boy Squirtle, just hanging out, chilling, being able to come back to stage. Steffen, only 64% on his first stock. (92) and Steffen having a pretty tough time actually getting any kind of ground here against Eni. Using that B reverse, we can come down with the bear. That was pretty smart of Steph. Wasn't able to combo off of it because of Squirtle's height. There we go, the drag down fair to grab. And that's, ooh, unfortunately, reacting just a little too slow. Steffen unable to do anything. Just spam an F smash there, you know. No one thought he'd go for it a third time. That's why it worked. This is a re-grab, so that could be really bad. Tried hanging there, but Steffen was a little too wily for him. And the back throw here. Ooh, Flare Blitz, good reaction, but unfortunately that, oh man, so many options covered there, but Zard's still living. Up B out of shield. Or not out of shield, sorry. And he does up B out of shield so often that just, it comes straight to my mouth whenever I talk about up B with him. There we go, I was about to say, all he needs is a quick dash attack and he's getting that off, and there it is. An entire stock differential here. But Pika finally at 0 with Squirtle out, so maybe Eni will be able to get a combo or two off here. Try to pile on some percent before switching to Ivy. But unfortunately, he's the one getting comboed. Diving down for that dare. But Eni playing evasively there on off stage. Eni, that could have actually been stock there. Oh, but unfortunately that was stock. Unfortunately for Eni, with Steffen taking game 2, almost a clean sweep here. That one was a pretty dominating lead as well. For a vast majority of it, even though the stocks were even, Steffen very clearly had the momentum the entire game. But it's looking like we're sticking with the PT, so Eni's comfortable staying there on the PT. Eni immediately taking just a little bit of percent here, but this is just some pre-game footsies. No one has any lead here. No one's really getting anywhere. We ran it right back to the same stage too, which, you know, Eni's pretty competent on this stage. We saw at SDI Invitational versus Ataraxia. This is a stage that he was actually able to put some real work in on. So even stocks or even percents. And finally, some real movement from Squirtle being able to actually keep this Pika at bay instead of what happened in that last match. And Ivysaur closing out that stock with a beautifully spaced F smash. Oh, and now just juggling the Pika. I think Steffen might be a little too confident here with his approaches. And as a result, making a lot of mistakes that previously worked, but Eni has finally shaped up here, stopped falling for some dumb stuff, or perhaps it was conditioning to get Steffen to constantly be landing with these aerials here, because they were working. I'm leaning more on the side, obviously, of they were just mistakes that Eni was making, but oh, and that dare there, but unfortunately for Eni, Steffen was able to live, getting the tech roll read, or the roll read. They're on platform. In the down B. Steffen's definitely got to... Oh, up throw is definitely taking that. Steffen's definitely got to find his ground here if he hopes to take this game. It's not impossible. But Eni flipped a switch in his brain and decided that this wasn't happening anymore. Back throw, flare, blitz. But unfortunately misses it. Steffen's been hit with that one too many times, I think. Decided that this wasn't going to happen here. And these boys, they have a pretty good history even outside of SDI of playing. So their entire history is not here. They've played in other tournaments together, gotten to grand finals of other tournaments together. This is just something that these two are familiar with. Is just each other's play style, constantly growing with each other as well. The tire stock differential here, though, in Eni's favor. Trying to get the imp there, trying to get a stage spike with that bear. And here's Eni with, or here's Steffen with the landing neutral B. And oh, Steffen's getting the berry. All right, no berrying off. For those of you who don't know, whenever you carry someone off with a bear, this is called burying. Oh man, and Steffen bringing this back. You know, this didn't seem like it would end up going in Steffen's favor, but he's got so much momentum, so much movement right here at the very beginning, rushing him down, and that's all he needed to close this out. Switching to Zard is Eni's best bet here, if he has any hope of winning. The classic diving down for the dare there. Extended hitbox, pushing Steffen just close enough there with that back air though, to let Eni take that game with that with the tip of his little fiery tail. All right, and here we go. 1-2, Eni to Steffen. This could be Eni's winner's game. Alternatively, we could bring it to game 5. It all just depends on how Eni plays. If Eni plays like he did last time, this really could be his game. But Steffen taking Eni straight into town is exactly where he wants him to be. Great Pika stage. Not a horrible stage for PT, mind you, but definitely benefits Squirtle. And as long as he's not off stage, Ivy doesn't do too bad here either. I'd say it's pretty neutral for Zard, but I'd say Pika performs better on this stage for practically against practically all of them. And that landing, the neutral B to Nair, the smash attack from the Pikachu. B-reverse on the approach, but getting punished for it. Now Steph just wants to get out of there. He's got the IV off stage. Oh man, and unfortunately Eni not able to recover there. Not exactly sure. That looked like he should have been able to make it back, but perhaps he was stuck in end lag or something. I don't really know what happened there. Maybe he just gave up. Up B out of shield from Eni, but Steffen not taken high enough to die there. Only 95%. On this stage, he could definitely live a good 30% longer to one of those combos. But not to that back throw. I always honestly forget how good that back throw is. And Pikachu's pretty light, so you know maybe it's not as good as I'm giving it credit for normally. But Eni's sitting at nice % up until that dare. And both these boys doing a pretty decent job playing off these platforms for both evasion, for both offense and defense. Steffen constantly fishing for this same approach here, almost getting that dare. Eni SDing there, unfortunately, going a little too deep. Having to sit on Halo for just a second, try to recollect his thoughts. Going just a tad too deep. Steffen actually could have done something really, really good there if he stayed on that platform, but I think he's too concerned with preserving this stock. Which is always the safer way to play. Whereas Eni here needs to do the alternative. He needs to play safe, but he also needs to go for some big moves because he has a whole stock to close out. Good tech from Eni. He has an entire stock to close out on top of getting a whole other stock after that. And Steffen calling out that landing and taking that with an F smash there. 3-1 in Steffen's favor. Eni bumping on down to loser's bracket. Steffen moving on. This might be the first time that we've seen Steffen actually take on Eni. This might be the last time that we've seen him win against Eni in Season 2. Is that correct?